NASCAR slow on the front straightaway.
Transmission, something like that.
Yep, there is Kenny.
Gears at all.
That may bring out a caution, because he's only in turn 2 and he's real slow.
That's a shame for Kenny, because we mentioned he had a good night going. He was close to cracking the top 10. And now, as you heard him say, he thinks it might be the transmission. Timmy Hill had a transmission issue before the start of the race, so that's the second time we've heard that tonight.
This is 2 laps to go for Carl Edwards.
Now, motor is running. It broke drivetrain.
Okay.
It's official. The drivetrain is broke, I promise.
All right, so there you get the latest update from Kenny, the drivetrain, and now, with less than 2 laps remaining, it is Kyle Busch quickest on that last lap, but he's just not going to have enough time, as Carl is going to be looking at the white flag next time by.
Yeah, the only thing, Carl is going to have some traffic. If they make him go to the higher side, he could lose a little bit of that momentum. He's going to catch him at the right spot, though.
Flag, buddy, one more time.
He gets around Jennifer Joe. And he has 1.5 miles to go. And Carl Edwards, remember, he won this race from pole back in 2005, and oh, he got loose there.
Wow.
Kyle is pushing for all he's worth, but it's not going to be enough. He'll be the 4th man to win from pole here at Atlanta in the Nationwide Series as he's bringing it around the final corners. And it is going to be Carl Edwards taking the win here at Atlanta. Kyle Busch closes to 2nd. And in 3rd, it will be Ricky Stenhouse Jr., our points leader. And low, coming to the stripe, the 30 of Jason Leffler is going to come down and through the infield. We'll have to wait and see where NASCAR places him, because I don't think there's any timing lines in the infield grass.
Well, there's not, but I think he's going to be able to stay around that 9th spot.
And you heard the crew saying 9th, so we'll double check with NASCAR. As the fireworks go off in the background. So Carl Edwards picks up his 35th career win. His last win was 5 starts ago for him back at Nashville.
Way to go, guys. Woo!
And on a hot night, he wants that helmet off already.
He worked hard inside of there. There was nothing that car was just easy to drive around here.
His 6th win of 2011, second only to Kyle Busch's 7 wins. These guys have led over 50% of the laps run this season just between the 2 of them. Vince, let's talk to Happy Mike Beam.
Happy indeed, Mike Beam and company getting the win. How good was this car that you were able to overcome the penalty that you had earlier in the race?
This car was awesome. You know, I have to thank Robbie Reiser and Al Allen and Kyle Zazzi and all those guys at the shop. You know, they built this car for us. It's, you know, it's like a new car, and you know, it's very gratifying to win. I mean, we built this car because we knew we just got to get after it here. You know, it's been 5 or 6 weeks since we won a race, and you know, everyone's just getting really aggravated, you know. But you know, you got Carl Edwards, and we expect to win every week, you know, because we know how hard he tries. But you know, I got to thank, you know, Ford and Fast and all, but I got to thank Valvoline. You know, what this next gen oil is in this car. So people need to go out and buy the oil. I'm telling you, it's amazing. You know, the engine, Doug Yates and them done a great job.
Certainly worked for the 60 crew tonight. Mike Beam and Carl Edwards going to victory lane.
16th time that they've finished 1-2 between Carl and Kyle. Kyle's won 9 of them. Carl's now won 7. Let's go back to the last lap. The 22 and the 30.
Let's see.
Jason Leckler just loses it right there. Get no contact from behind, and while he goes on through the grass one more time, let's catch up with the man who finished 2nd place.
Yeah, Kyle Busch could see Carl in his windshield. Looked like you were running quicker laps than him as it was winding down. How much did you have? Did you have anything else you could do to try to catch him?
No, that's it. You know, we were all kind of stuck on the bottom tonight. You know, I wish it would spread out and moved around, but it never did. But, you know, I can't say enough about these guys from Joe Gibbs Racing, all the guys here on this Z-Line Designs Furniture Toyota Camry. Good car, you know, just not good enough. We knew that it would be a race against the Fords, you know, and they got that great under the hood. So just hated that we didn't have enough under the hood to run with them is a little bit better, you know. But even on the long haul, we got real loose, and those guys seemed to be better. We would equal out, and then I'd be better, then he'd be better. So it was all about how you could get to the bottom of the racetrack and how you could run the bottom. But overall, you know, thanks Z-Line, NOS Energy Drink, Pizza Ranch, Toyota, everybody. Thanks again.
Kyle Busch finishing second. Jamie.
Well, Justin Allgaier gets another top 10, but the story with him is your teammate, Reed Sorensen, and you got together. He wasn't happy. He said he's going to find you, and it's going to be between the two of you. What is your take?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I feel horrible. You know, you don't ever want to crash anyone, especially not a teammate. And got a run off the 2 there, and got jammed up on the initial start and got a run off at 2, and thought maybe we could get him down the back straightaway, and unfortunately, I don't know if those guys got jammed up a little bit or something, but there's really no words that can describe it right now. I definitely want to talk to Reed. I need to apologize to him for sure. It was my fault. I don't know, you know, these restarts here are unbelievable, and we didn't have the best race car all night. We made it a lot better. Jimmy Elledge and the guys did a great job, and finally got it to where we felt like we needed to be at there towards the end, and just hate it for those guys. It took some championship points away from them they didn't deserve, and I don't know, we're just go on to next week to Richmond, and hopefully they can get some of those points back, and hopefully still go for this championship.
All right, Justin Allgaier, remorseful after what happened. Marty?
Last year, only 2 nationwide regulars finished in the top 10. Tonight, 5 finished in the top 10. And here's how it shakes out. Nobody changes positions, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr. stretches his lead from 5 to 13, and Reed Sorensen takes a huge hit. He is now 40 points behind. And let's check in with Dr. Jerry Punch.
Ricky Stenhouse watching the points there. Ricky, great third-place finish, and you moved it more ahead in the points. Great night.
It was. Our Black Angus beef and Cargill Mustang was strong all night. We struggled there in the pits, there in the middle later the race, and we were able to overcome it. We called a right front tire that almost gave us some trouble there and almost went down, but just got to thank all the fans for coming out, man. Good crowd tonight, and Nationwide Insurance, and just glad to have this Black Angus beef and Cargill Mustang paint job back on this thing.
Ricky Stenhouse, guys, we're closer to a championship. Marty?
All right, thanks, Doc. Let's check on down now in the One Main Financial Victory Lane, because there's Carl Edwards. Dave, it's all yours.
Guess we have to say, Marty, it's all Carl's. You okay, by the way? That was a little hit on the bar coming through there, but what a way to celebrate a win tonight, Carl, in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's a great clips race. You know, I shaved a couple of hairs off there. Man, I got to say happy birthday to my grandma Phyllis. They're watching the race from Kirkwood, Missouri, and we're going to take the trophy home to Grandma. So thank you, guys. I love you. And got to thank Fastenal. This is a big week for Fastenal. We announced a big partnership for next year. That's huge. Got to thank Ford, Valvoline, the Nationwide Series, all the fans here, Wiley X, and Aflac. We had a big day yesterday, and I was inspired by the kids at the Aflac Cancer Center. So if you folks want to donate, Aflac will double your donation at aflac.com/friends. So it's a big weekend for us here, and I can't believe we got the pole and the win. What a heck of a race.
And you led the most laps again. Real quick, getting beyond the early penalties, Carl, you tried to stay positive and keep your team in it.
Yeah, I've got a great team. These are great guys, and man, everybody raced really well. I mean, that was as hard as we could race out there. Kyle and I, Kevin, I raced Casey. I mean, it was a lot of fun. This track is as good as it gets. This is a blast. I can't wait for tomorrow.
6th win of the season. Every one of them, he's led the most laps once again tonight. Marty?
And the second time he's come back from a penalty to win. Let's check in on the ticket to the race, and you can see exactly where we're headed. Richmond next week, on to Chicago, Dover, Kansas, right on through to the season ender, November 19th at Homestead Miami Speedway. For our crew, I'm Marty Reed. Till we meet again.